Hello everyone and welcome to another collection showcase, although again this is going to be a customs / collection showcase because today I am going to be showing off my collection of 18-inch Daleks. Now these are, with the exception funny enough of this one, these are voice interactive Daleks that were released very long time ago when the series started. And they are collector's pieces now. They can be quite hard to get hold of. A brand new boxed one will fetch up to £300 or so. Unfortunately, none of them actually have batteries in at the moment, so I can't give you a demonstration of them, but I will be able to show you off the details. So first up, we have the new series Supreme. Although, just to give you an idea of how big they are, here is a 5-inch Emperor's Guard Dalek, classic Emperor's Guard. If I put him back there, you can see actually how big these actually are. They are huge, but that's what makes them such a great display piece to have. So, yes. So first up, we have the Emperor's, not the Emperor's Guard. We have the Supreme from Stolen Earth and Journey's End. This one isn't actually voice interactive, but he does feature lights and sounds. He lights up his eyes, if you want to call them light up. His Dalek eye lights up, the gun lights up, and obviously head moves, head swivels as well. And he does actually have, in fact, have a test button for play. I personally, this is the only one I think I have. I could be telling a lie. In fact, I know I'm telling a lie. This is only one of two I have that fully work. Because a problem that is common amongst these is that the head motor stops working. However, I have this one and one bronze one that it still fully works. All the lights, all the sounds work. The bronze one, the head is very slow. I think it is slowly burning out. It is a very, very common problem. But this is the only really completely fully working one, so I'm very proud of it, and it personally is one of my favourites of the collection. And here, next up, we have the two standard bronze ones. These are the two variants you can get. Obviously, we have a standard bronze on the left, and on the right, we have the assault version with the claw. There's not a lot to say about these. These are the standard ones. These bits on the neck here, these are the sensors for the voice interaction and movement sensors. You can set these to guard mode, you can set them to patrol mode, you can make them follow you, they can respond. They obviously have several different responses that you can automate them, or you can actually talk to them. If it was working, you actually call Dalek to it, at which point it responds with yes, and then you can give it any number of commands that you want. They're great to have. They look fantastic as well. It's all well and good having a nice 12-inch or 5-inch one, but these really are really detailed, and they're very they're very well detailed, and they're very well proportioned, and they're just fantastic to have as pieces. So it's just a nice thing to have. Okay, so here we have a very dusty, he's in desperate need of a dust. I will have to do it after the video. Didn't think to do it before. Dalek Sec, or the Black Dalek. This was actually released as Dalek Sec, it's not just the standard Black Dalek. Again, there's no real difference between this one and the bronze ones. He speaks, as far as I know, he speaks all the same. I've never put batteries in this one to actually get it to, I know it does work. I have. That is a lie, actually. I did put batteries in it to test it when I bought it, and it does work, but I haven't really played about with it, so I don't actually know if he makes different noises to the bronze ones. I don't think he does. I think he's all very much still the standard. The Supreme that I showed you at the start of the video, that does have its own separate lines from the episode where it features as the Supreme. But as far as I know, Dalek Sec, or Black Dalek, whatever you want to call him, is basically just a recoloured version of the standard bronze ones. Okay, so now we're moving on to my custom versions. Most of these customs, with the exception of one, are made from the standard bronze ones. Now this was one of the first custom ones I did, and this is an Emperor's Guard. Now obviously, as I said, because these are, you know, collector's pieces and you know, and they are expensive, I would just like to stress the fact that all of these custom ones I found are ones that are broken and not working to their full. One of them, I think this one, the speakers are completely gone. I think he still does move, his head doesn't move, the speakers are completely gone. So, you know, it wasn't in great condition, so I thought it'd be a good thing to, you know, to change as a display piece. Now, obviously, Emperor's Guard, he has the black dome and special gun, which I've made. Now, the black spheres, basically, this is a kind of Emperor's Guard hybrid. Now, I think it's Gallifrey 6, possibly Gallifrey 4, but I think it is Gallifrey 6, Big Finish audio series. There is a bronze Dalek, which was a kind of, not a supreme, but a leader of some kind who has a black dome and black spheres. Now, originally, I did just have this as a standard Emperor's Guard, black dome, gold spheres, special gun. However, I really liked the look of the black spheres, and I thought that I'd do it to this one because it really does look different, and it's an interesting variant on the design, and it's actually something I would really like to see in the show, because obviously, you know, we see black Daleks and we've seen you know, these guards and we've seen Supremes, but in the classic days, you know, you had lots of classic Daleks with different coloured spheres and things like that to, you know, to make them different. And I think this would be a really good thing to do, rather than just having a different dome colour. You know, it'd be a great thing to see in the new series. I think just again, very simple change, but really effective. Okay, so next custom we have here an Asylum Dalek. Now, this originally started out, as you might be able to see by some of the blue paint and the fact that he's got a blue eye stalk ribs. It was actually, again, another one that I got that didn't work. I believe he didn't. This one, the voice activations worked, but the motors in the movement were gone and the lights don't work. So basically what I decided to do for this one, first of all, was to create a Dalek from the, at the time, recently released War Doctor novel, that was a Dalek of the Eternity Circle, which was blue and silver. Now, I did do this, and it came out really well. I was really pleased with it, but I just really didn't like the look of it overall. It was just very odd looking, and as a big thing to have, it didn't look good. So I decided to strip the paint off it. Now, obviously, as you can see, there are lots of blue bits left, so I didn't fully manage to strip the paint off it, because by the time I decided to strip the paint off, it really had set, and it was very, very difficult to get off. So it was very patchy and left over, and I was not happy with it. So I thought, well, what can I do with it, because I've kind of ruined it. So I thought, well, at the time, obviously, Asylum of the Daleks was still fresh in our memory, so I thought, well, actually, this would make a really good Asylum Dalek. Now, looking back on it, I actually would have liked to have made this into Rusty now, rather than just a standard Asylum Dalek, but we didn't know of Rusty at the time, so it's a bit of a shame. But Rusty is another point which I will just raise. I've had several people who have seen these before actually say, why don't you use one of the other bronze ones to make Rusty? Now, at the moment, I have 7 of these, and obviously they do take up a lot of space. Now, I would like to get another one and make Rusty, but the reason that I don't want to use one of my current bronze ones is because as of now, I do actually have one each of the official releases, and they all do moderately work. So I would like to get another bronze one if I can find one that's cheap and that probably doesn't work properly. Example, when I got this one, he didn't have an eye stalk, he never had a gun, and didn't have the eye, so I had to get some spare parts for him. So yeah, if I could get another bronze one cheaply, even one that doesn't work, I would love to turn it into a Rusty custom, but for now, this is the closest to a Rusty custom I'm going to get. Obviously, I've done also details such as the stamp on him, and I've even cut out some of his spheres to give him that kind of appearance as if he's been in the asylum for a while. Overall, this was, it's really good. I'm really pleased with the outcome of it, and in many ways it does actually look a lot better than my smaller Asylum customs. And finally, here is my last custom. Now, this is... Well, firstly, I would like to say something that I've always been in two minds about was new Daleks in classic colours. I was never a huge fan of it, but I have to say there are a few that I do like the look of. For example, I would love to see a new series Black Dalek in the classic black with blue globes and silver slatted necks from one of the first Doctor series. I can't remember which Dalek name variant it is, but those of you out there will hopefully know which one I mean. However, that being said, I again bought this one. He didn't have a gun, he didn't have anything basically. He didn't have eyes, he didn't have the stalk, he didn't have the plunger, he didn't have the gun. Again, doesn't work as far as I know. It actually never came with a remote control, so I've never really been able to find out, but I've not been able to do anything else with it. So I got the spare parts. The proper ears, sorry, whatever you want to call them. I always call these eyes, I know they're not, but I do. I couldn't get hold of, they're very hard to get hold of, so I had to go with the standard ones. Now, this is based off the planet of the Daleks, Council Supreme Dalek. Now, I really liked the look of this, and I thought it would be a great thing to try, even down to the weird coloured eye stalk. Again, just something that I thought would be interesting to do and interesting to try, because I thought, maybe the Dalek Council, well, we know they've got a parliament of the Daleks, so maybe the Dalek Council does exist. Now, if I put this next to the original, you can see that it's not hugely different, with the exception of the repaint. But it was just, again, I managed to get it cheaply. It was there, so I thought, why not? I'll make another custom out of it. It'd be quite good. So that is my 18-inch Dalek collection. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favourite, subscribe, share. It really helps me out a lot, and I shall see you all with another video very soon.